morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is such an honor for me to address all of you this morning at this President's Breakfast. First of all, I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here in support of the students in college I hold so dear in my heart. I would also like to thank the interim president, Dr. Yasmin de la Husi, and Cowboys director, Blanca Barajas, and all the staff and faculty who have invested time in me during my developmental path. But most of all, I want to thank God for His love and grace. Yes, sir. My name is Luis Alfredo Lopez. I am a psychology major in my second year at Los Angeles Southwest College. My goal is to earn my master's in psychology and give back by working with troubled youth and former gang members. I stand before you a grateful and changed man of strong faith. In my most desolate moments, my faith in God has pulled me through, particularly during those critical times before I found my safe haven at Southwest. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about transformations and why it is important to invest in those who are striving to change their realities. I want to share with you what faith can do for a product of the utter destitution when they truly believe in changing the circumstances. When you really want to invest in the future and in the possibility of what can become a literal bridge to making these communities flourish, there is no doubt in my mind the distribution of equal and fair resources to inner city schools is a positive step in improving education gaps. What I'm talking about here today is a remarkable story of so many that came into our lives, some unnoticed and others forgotten, but the moral is quite the same. I'm going to share with you why it is important to believe in yourself and make these skeptics ever forget the day they counted you out. My story begins with my mother fleeing from a fair relationship with my father in Mexico, with my 2-year-old sister in hand and pregnant with me. Little did she know that her desperation to attempt to build a home for us would lead her in what was known as the bottoms of South Central LA on Central Avenue. That is where growing up, my motto became to kill and die for my hood. As a poor single mother with a 3rd grade education and no English skills, her life's dedication became to work as a seamstress in a sweatshop to provide for my sister and me. Her absence during those early critical formative years led me to be raised by uncles who were active members of the local neighborhood gang. I witnessed my first gang murder at the age of 6, seeing my cousin's friend shot dead in front of our doorstep above one of the many nightclubs that lined Central Avenue at that time. In my youth, LA was known for being the gang capital of the world, notorious for its drive-bys, ruthless violence, and die-hard loyalty to the gang life. By age 13, I was already a statistic and on my way to an endless journey of jail and hell. I stand before you as a living testimony that transformation is possible if you wholeheartedly believe in yourself and in the brand that is you. Ladies and gentlemen, our youth face streets riddled with chaos and madness. I am a product of this reality and cycle that never lets go. I was counted out and never was expected to make it past the age of 15. I remember a correctional officer telling me that I had paid for his son's education based on my time in prison. I was speechless. I wanted to retrain my thinking and think in the businesses of education because that money used to finance his kids' education could be spent on me and my kids. I spent my entire life, or should I say, teenage years in the bottomless pit, unable to change my conditions because I couldn't adapt to changing my thinking. I used to think school was for lames and losers. Imagine that. This form of thinking was based on insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results. I am here to tell you that transforming your thoughts and thinking will release you from the mental prison. I stand here now looking at all you beautiful people sharing in the American dream of reaching beyond our circumstances. And I'm staring into the eyes of the future now as I speak. A future where we could all combine our resources and talents and make this world a better place for all our children and future stakeholders. How could a hard-worked How could a hardcore gang member tell you this, or even utter such words? Simple. I have seen the brighter side where hopelessness and helplessness used to rule my every action and thought. But those days are over, and I could honestly say with a straight face that I am never going back to that pit, no matter what the evil goes my way. I have had my share of challenges entering the college environment. I have to overcome not knowing what was expected to achieve a decent grade. I can attest that I grew up in an era of gangs and crime, totally different to what it is now. So getting an education was far beyond my beliefs and self-expectations. The highest grade I completed in a regular school was the 6th grade. It was more convenient to pick up a gun than to pick up a book in my teenage years. I could honestly say to you, I did not know of anyone that had gone to college to explain to me what was expected. I am the first in my family and in my circle of friends to attend college. Now I believe education is the most powerful tool we have left to guide us out of the darkness. There is a shining light entrenched in each and every one of us, just waiting on your command to make it shine brighter than the most radiant stars above. I challenge every one of you to grab hold of the possibility and make the stereotypes disappear. But even more, I dare you to make that humane step and invest in someone's transformation. Working and attending school is a challenge for anyone, let alone those of us with limited financial resources, limited skills, limited education, and children to raise. This is the role that requires a lot of effort and enthusiasm. But being a single father is what has motivated me the most. I work hard to raise my children and to be the kind of role model they can respect and emulate. When I came to Southwest, I wanted to revolve my journey around making my kids proud of me. So I established the kind of relationships conducive of progress and higher learning. I became the ASO, Commissioner of Students' Activities. I have totally bought into the idea that the people from the inner city have the right to transform their conditions and give back where their talents and skills are needed. I traded the guns in for textbooks. I traded the bullets for English labs and math labs. I traded my khakis and t-shirts for suits and ties. But most of all, I traded my mentality for self-destruction, for a moral compass I wouldn't trade for all the gold in the world. I've been a full-time student and part-time student worker through the CalWorks work-study program for 2 years, and I am more excited and motivated than ever. My grades have gotten better, going from a C average to B's and now A's. This reality comes from making a conscious and realistic decision about where I want to be in the next 10 years. I have met some of the most caring and encouraging people since I became a student and an employee at Southwest. With my background, I would have never understood that I could be part of something so meaningful and purposeful. And I am so proud of being a student at this institution of higher learning. I am grateful for this opportunity to be a significant part and member of the education movement. Southwest has instilled in me and provided my journey with the kind of resources needed to achieve a higher degree of success. The CalWorks counselors, Ron Haynes, Sergio Alcala, and CalWorks program technician, Jerome Robertson, have been nothing short of amazing and have provided me with the guidance to help me become a better man and in turn a better father. Another reason why I am so elated to be part of Southwest is the compelling way they have motivated me to help others in my shoes and provide them with advice and support. This is why I have joined clubs and support campus activities. This is why I am proud to represent the Best of Southwest model and spirit. I am currently active in numerous campus organizations, including ASO, Passage, CARE, CalWorks, and other culturally based clubs on campus. My future is bright now, and I look forward to the endless possibilities that lay ahead. But ladies and gentlemen, this transformation has been possible because of God's grace. He is the one that directed my path to Los Angeles Southwest College. and he continues to exert his divine power through the faculty and staff that comprise the Southwest College family. As the brilliant Michael Jackson wrote in his song, Man in the Mirror, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I look at that man in the mirror and I know it's gonna feel real good. I'm gonna make a difference and I'm gonna make it right. Thank you, and God bless you all. God bless your family.
Thank you, Luis. That was absolutely inspirational. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me once again introduce Dr. De La Jose.